level if they do make Champions League?
I think it certainly helps. I think there'll be some players that might just look at, even if Man United don't make Champions League, people still go to Manchester United because of the club and the enormity of it. So it doesn't always work like that. But there will be forwards that they're probably trying to get just to give a little bit of help to Jackson, and maybe defenders that are probably just watching it carefully and thinking it can tip it certainly your way if you get Champions League football. No, I think players now want to play. They hear the music. They want to be out there. They want to pit themselves against the best. And if Chelsea were to get there, it certainly makes it an easier conversation during negotiations.
Would you be tempted to change
When you want players on the ball, and we talk about how the modern game evolves and fullbacks getting high up the pitch, that's exactly what they did. And it was so important when they were involved in this, Roy.
Yeah, and obviously a nice switch of play here, and United are under a lot of pressure. Strange enough, James doesn't get a great ball here from Neto. He makes him stretch for it and brings him onto his left foot. Garnacho's got to do a lot better, but once he gets in that position and stands it up, brilliant header, brilliant finish, but once James gets in that position, the quality, the weight, some people might try to whip it out, but that decision making, and obviously you need people attacking it, so a really excellent goal from Chelsea's point of view.
Cucurella makes it, Jamie.
That's why we've highlighted him. He's involved there, and also like what Moises Caicedo does there. He passes that ball out to the first side there, then he receives it again. You can see he wants it. He changes the point of the attack. Now all of a sudden he gives Manchester United a problem. They've got to readjust, and you can see the defence is now, and Cucurella's found himself in a really good position. Cole Palmer's with him. He has to pirouette here, obviously, Reece James. Now, look, you've got Cucurella's found himself with that gap just behind Lindelof. The delivery is wonderful, and so is the header. It's like Drogba, Diego Costa type. You know, it's really good. But this piece of play, Garnacho doesn't do well enough. Really poor defender from his point of view. But then the quality, can you just lift it up into the right area? Cucurella arrives, eyes on the ball. Brilliant header.
Do you think when someone like Cucurella, someone of his stature, sneaks in between Mazraoui and Lindelof, that they don't pay as much attention to him because of his...
I think they just switched off when they saw James
left back. They had Chilwell, players like that here, maybe just thinking, is he going to fit in? He struggled. I think it's a great example of patience with players, even if they do cost a lot of money, because you sometimes think they're going to come in, hit the ground running. It was the same with Caicedo. You look at Caicedo now, he looks a world-class player. When he first come and the team was struggling, devoid of any confidence, it was very difficult for him. But the left-back, Cucurella, I thought was magnificent. He's aggressive. I think the Euros obviously helped him winning that, gave him that little bit of...
growing that, didn't you?
Yeah, he's got that bit of nastiness about him.
But it's also difficult for players to come in, Jimmy, when there's lots of new players coming. They won't. Even United
job is done now.
Chelsea. No, I don't think so. I just think it was a relief that they're obviously.
Jamie Redknapp delivered a sharp and candid reaction following Manchester United's 1-0 loss to Chelsea, expressing serious concerns about the team's overall performance and direction. The former midfielder highlighted that United appeared disorganized and lacked the intensity expected at this level. Redknapp pointed out that the team struggled to impose themselves on the game, with little cohesion between the midfield and attack. He described the display as flat and said the players seemed unsure of their roles on the pitch. "You expect more from Manchester United. They looked confused, like they didn't have a plan B when things weren't working. That's not good enough," Redknapp said. He also singled out the midfield for being outplayed, noting that Chelsea's energy and pressing exposed the weakness in United's engine room. According to Redknapp, the absence of leadership was glaring. There was no control, no direction. The midfield was missing that spark and the team missed leadership on the field. On Rasmus Højlund, Redknapp was less harsh but clear that the young striker needs to raise his game quickly. "He's got potential, but right now, he's struggling to make an impact. The Premier League is unforgiving, and at a club like United, the pressure is immense. He'll need to adapt fast or risk being left behind." Redknapp concluded by warning that if Manchester United continue with performances like this, the club's ambitions for the season could unravel quickly. The message was clear: urgent improvements are needed if United are to challenge at the top again.